7 o'clock. It's time for you to go get Grandpa from fishing.
I don't want to go get Grandpa. You want to do rock, paper, scissors?
Aye.
1, 2, 3.
Okay, I'll go get him.
This is Grandpa. He's a budget Bucky Skeleton from the Anatomical chart company. He's quite detailed. He was kind of expensive, but totally worth the money. But he's really heavy, and that's why we strapped him into a wheelchair so we can move him around. This is a C300 mobility chair. We got it at a going out of business sale from another haunted house. It was missing a lot of parts, and the batteries were bad, so we got it for really cheap. I pulled the batteries out and did some quick math, and I realized that I could run this chair on a rechargeable drill battery with a few simple modifications. So I pulled the electric brakes off the motors, I yanked out most of the wiring harness, although I did scavenge some of the connectors off the wiring harness. Then I ordered a few things from Amazon. Did I mention that I wanted to make this wheelchair remote control? This is the Sabertooth 2x12 RC dual 12 amp motor controller. And it's basically the heart of this project. This is the FSI6X 6-channel remote transmitter and receiver kit from Flysky. It's basically the brains of this project. Hooking up the Sabertooth was so easy. I used some 12-gauge wire to attach the scavenged connectors to the wheelchair motors, and some crimp connectors for the battery and power switch. Then I just plugged everything in, starting with the power switch. To make the battery removable, I chopped the bottom off an old dead drill, and I'm using an 18-volt 4-amp battery to run the whole thing. The 18-volt 4-amp battery will power the wheelchair for about 15 minutes depending on the surface I'm driving it on. I plugged the motors into the pigtails I attached to the Sabertooth earlier, then plugged in the Flysky receiver, making sure to use the correct channels. You could do this in a bunch of different ways, but I opted to operate the wheelchair using a single stick. I turned on the transmitter and let it power up. Then I hit the power switch and waited for the receiver to pair with the transmitter. And everything worked, first try. Like I said earlier, this Sabertooth controller made it dead simple. I reinstalled the motors on the wheelchair, stuffed all the electronics in where the old batteries used to live, strapped Grandpa into the chair, and ta-da! Remote control wheelchair with a skeleton in it. This was a really fun project, and now Grandpa can be an active prop in our haunted house instead of just sitting around doing nothing. Thanks for watching.